Well, last little bit of the night, I wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you a little bit about kind of a year in Posh and a schedule and really getting intentional about your business and the way you run it. I told you a little bit before when I was showing you off some of the tools that I've owned my own business for a very long time. I like owning my own business. I think we probably all have that in common or we wouldn't be here. It's really fun to be in charge of your own destiny, and whether that means that you do something small because it's fun and it's a creative outlet, or because you do something because it's flexible and it lets you bring income to your family around other things, whether you do it because you love it and you want to build big, whatever your reason is, it's very appealing to a lot of us who are kind of the same personality. I loved it because I have three crazy little boys, and I love them. I wanted to stay home with them, but if I just stayed home and played trucks with little boys, I would have been on every antidepressant known to man. I would have gone crazy, and my house would have been sterile. So I love to work, but I also wanted to be home, and so I found things that let me be flexible and at home. And when I kind of got into the direct sales world, because I didn't know a lot about it at the time, I was doing promotional materials for small businesses and helping them get visibility to it. And I loved it, and I still love it. It's my favorite part of it. The tools are my favorite part of the business outside of coming and traveling and getting to meet all of you. I really am passionate about that. I love that side of that. And I love these businesses because they are so much fun when you pull these tools into them. But I learned some really important things when I was running my own business that wasn't a job. And a job is very, very different than owning your own business, because when you have a job, you have to be there at a time, and you get in your car and you put on your work clothes, whatever those look like, and you drive there, and the rest of the world stops. And it doesn't exist because you do your job and you are there and you're focused and you sit in your cubicle or you sit in your office or you stand at something and you do something, and that is the world, and everything else stops. And then you get in your car and you go home and it's over, thank heaven. And if that's a job, that is a job. And it's very, very different than owning your own business, when I found myself very oftentimes on the phone trying to keep kids from killing each other, trying to keep them from throwing Oreos in the grocery cart, and trying to say hi to a neighbor, trying to figure out what my husband was looking at that he was missing. And you do 9 things at the same time, and these businesses fit really well into that, and I love that about direct sales. And particularly women do that really, really well. But like I said, I learned some things. So some of the things I wanted to share with you are on the back of the little handout that we gave you. On the back here next to the portal. Oh, really quickly, before I forget, I'm going to stop and shift gears. You do get a 20% discount on the portal for coming tonight. And I will tell you something weird about the portal, the way the shopping cart works. There is a 20% discount that is good until Saturday. It won't do 2% at the same time and give you 40. If you put 20% in at the same time, it will give you 20% off. So save one, use one before the 15th when it expires, and you can go search that on Sharing Posh and find it. And it expires at midnight on Saturday. And then save this one. It is good until October 1st, through October 1st. Yes.
What about the Hallmark $5 off?
It will work with $5 off, so you can do 20% and $5 off. Use a semicolon with no spaces. It'll take 2 to 3 quotes. It takes up to 32 characters. So just use a semicolon between, but it will not take 2 percentages at the same time. So yeah, save this one. But the code is capital M like Mary, capital W, so for Midwest, 20. So just put in MW20 and it will give you 20% off through October 1st. So go ahead and fill your code in there. And then flip over to the other side of the page there, slide your eyes over, and there's a little calendar here, because something I learned owning my own business was that if I really stepped back and paid attention to exactly what was going on, I could be more effective in my business. Because we have all these other things going on, it's hard to not get distracted, and it's hard to always make the best use of your time. So stepping back and taking a good look at the perspective of your business can be really, really helpful. I would laugh in June when people would say, I'm having a hard time getting a party booked, and people are on vacation and kids are out of school and there's baseball and there's swimming lessons and there are all these things going on, and life isn't really on a schedule for a lot of people. It is a lot harder to get a party June. The weather's warm, you're going to be outside. It's much harder to get bookings in the summer when life doesn't have as much of a schedule. Blessedly, school just started and life kind of gets on a routine, and you haul butts out of bed and you yell at them to get shoes on, and you shove breakfast down their throats and you push them out the door and they get on the bus, and you have a few hours of peace and they come home at 4 and you do homework, and life gets on a schedule, and fall gets much more conducive to parties, and parties get easier to book, which is why we have all of the party promotions for September for our birthday, because it is that time of year. People are starting to look for extra income for the holidays, they're starting to look for gift ideas, they're just kind of back into a routine, and they are ready to have life be on a schedule again. So parties get much easier to book this time of year. So thinking about things like that and how they impact your business are really good ways to be more effective. Portable parties are a lot more effective in June than trying to go into somebody's home, but you can do that all day long. It's a lot easier in October and November. So just stepping back and thinking about things can be really helpful. So there are a whole bunch of just really quick little ideas on here that fall into different months that will help you think like that. And I won't go over every single one of them. You can look at them, but something else that you should probably do, and the reason the box is half blank, is because your own life has its own quirks and you do your own things. You maybe have a regular family vacation that would impact your business. I have 3 boys. They all 3 play football. I don't do anything in August, September, and October except go to football games on Saturdays, and we eat dinner at 8:30 every night at our house, and then we hurry and shuffle them off to bed because we have to, because football rules the world at our house in the fall. And it impacts my posh business. I have to get home earlier, and I have to plan my life around that. So thinking intentionally around that and finding the best times to work your business can help you be much more effective. Things like organizing your contacts are another thing. I would do it with clients long before direct sales. I was terrible at it. I had over 50 clients, and one of them would call me, or I needed to contact one of them, and I'd be digging through files and searching through emails, trying to find a phone number or an email address to get in contact with somebody. Or if I had a special and I wanted to tell certain clients about it, and I'd have to rummage through and look, until one day it dawned on me that if I kept all these contacts in one place, it would be a lot easier to pull them out and send it off. And all of a sudden, I could send an ad out to people every single week, and it was very, very simple because I had a nice little Excel spreadsheet, and I could take this one, this one, this one, and this one, and send it off and be done with it. And it saved me a lot of time. So just thinking about little things like that and getting yourself a little bit organized can make the time that you do spend on your business more effective. So along with that, I have one little thing that I share. Anybody seen Spooky Posh yet? Yay, a few hands. We are going to pass around Spooky Posh so that you can try it. This is the Sinful Skin. It does have sparkle in it. It is kind of stripperish glitter, but it is very light. And in the spirit of Halloween, it's all just fun. So there's a little bit of purple glitter in there. We have the pumpkin lip butter. It's a pumpkin latte. I'm not a huge pumpkin fan, but this is fabulous. I've eaten a few of these. These are really, really nice. So we have a little spatula. You can try that. And then we also have the Bombinator. This is the Witch Be Gone. This is the bath brew. If you're having one of those days and you need to unwitch yourself, this can be really fun. These two are the same fragrance, and we'll pass these around and let you try them. We'll start. There's the lip butter as well. Andrew. I was going to give those away.
Oh, you are?
What's that? Does it color the bath? It does, yeah. So we'll turn your bath water just a little bit purple. No, that's okay. So we have an extra set. I have 2 here. So reach for your bags.